Hola!
¿Cómo está?
¿Cómo está?
Don't you say.
Welcome.
Hi, everybody.
Bienvenido.
Welcome to Late Night Snacks
In the middle of the afternoon.
in the middle of the afternoon.
Well, it's the evening for me.
It's
There you go.
evening for her, so it's all right.
But it's not late night for anybody.
Hey, just remember, it's 5 o'clock somewhere.
That's right. All right, so let's do our introductions.
What
I
up?
am DeWanda, the lovely lady in the middle, putting on her beautiful makeup.
I'm
Is
trying to put my good drag makeup on. Hi, everybody. How are you guys out there today? I'll pull up my chat so I can see. Otherwise, I won't know.
We have
There we go. Now I got it.
And I'm Mike, the only queer in the house.
You are rather queer, my friend.
Random queer.
Yep.
And I don't mean sexuality wise.
That's always been true. And I'm proud of it.
Right.
Amen,
That's
amen.
my point.
It's all about eyeballs.
Yeah, Deb's like, hey, it's 6 o'clock here. Yeah, we know.
Yep, here too, Debbie. We're both in Central Time.
What's up, gang?
All right.
Debbie, Betty.
And B's in the house.
Hey, B. Mwah.
All right, today is Saturday, people. And we know what that means. We're all talking RuPaul Drag Race.
Start your engine.
So today we're going to be talking about episode 10. I must say that I thoroughly enjoyed this episode.
It's the best episode of the season.
Yep.
Hands down. I think there was no stupidity, there was no drama, there was no overproduced kind of crap. It was good. It was a good episode. It reminded me
I
of
love that it was all about the
It was
fans.
all about the fans, and that was the important thing.
Exactly. Because without fans, RuPaul ain't got a show. Because all those queens that come on there are fans. They're first fans.
Yep. Absolutely. Good episode.
Very true.
So tell them what the episode was. What was the challenge?
Makeovers.
So this was
Super Fan Makeover.
the Super Fan Makeover show.
That's why I'm doing my makeup with you guys right now, because it was the Super Fan Makeover. You guys are my super fan, so I'm doing my makeup with you.
Yeah, this is another staple. Every single season has this challenge towards the end. Usually with 5 people left or 6 people left, so they but what they pick a group of people, whatever it's going to be, and then they have to make them over to resemble their own personal drag, to be like kind of a family in the family way. Sometimes it's men, like ex-military, or sometimes it's newly queer dad, or sometimes it's family members. Whatever it is, they always do this. Today or this season, it happens to be super fans, female super fans of RuPaul's Drag Race.
Yep, and it was cute. They're all the super fans were cute.
Yes, they were. You know what, though? They were so cute before they got their makeover. They were just so excited to be there. Because first they tricked them and they made them think that they were going to be in the audience for a show. And then they went in the other room and they realized, holy crap.
Yeah, they're on the show. Yeah. This is second best one of the makeovers, only to the wedding one. The wedding one where RuPaul actually married people after the makeovers was really special. It was a special episode.
Yeah.
But this one was great. Really, really, really good. Because you're right. They were so excited to be here. And they did not know they were chosen for this.
No.
And they were told right there while they were filming that they were chosen. They lost their mind.
I wonder how they picked. I mean, I'm sure they did some contest online and had people tell them why they're a super fan and whatnot. But, I just wonder because they didn't tell us.
What they do is in season, so this would have been filming in June, July of last summer. And in the LA area, they'll put out notices during certain episodes that they want to film a live audience for. Like sometimes they have stand-up comedy, or sometimes they have, whatever that they need a live audience. And so thousands of people apply for it, obviously. And so I imagine it was on that line that they were talking about, needing a live audience and, for and then probably during the interview process or application process, they probably asked them, silly questions like, would you ever come on RuPaul's Drag Race? Would you ever do a makeover? Things like that. But not thinking
they made them secretly sign waivers. They didn't know they were signing to be on the show.
Well, they could be signing waivers after they tape that.
Yeah,
they tape it. Yeah,
because all of this is going to take place probably in one afternoon. It was all one day.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. No, but all the super fans were just so cute. I couldn't stand it because
they were super bubbly, excited, and just like, oh my god, like you think they just saw rock stars.
To them, they did, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, right. That's what I'm saying.
What I liked about it was the fact that they used this particular group, not so much about, what their personal journey was, and you're a veteran and you've gone through this and blah blah. They used this group to show what this show and what drag and queerness and everything is done for the community as a whole, from them, from a very personal standpoint. Like the one woman was talking about taking her daughter to DragCon every year because her daughter loves seeing the pretty princesses and stuff. I mean, that's so normal. That's so everyday. To normalize drag like this, I think it's phenomenal. We've come a long way.
Well, and
I agree. I totally agree with you. You're right, though. You're definitely right. Because I love this story that, like even the mom's story, like you said, because it was showing the acceptance and it was showing the love and, the openness that a lot of people in that generation don't necessarily have.
Yeah, it's just the commonality of it. Just that. Why wouldn't I go to DragCon? Yeah, my daughter loves it. It's princesses. Why would you ask me that? I like that we're getting to that point where it's like these generations are coming up to be like, what, two men can't love each other? What are you talking about? That's silly.
Right.
That feels great.
See, and now the norm is for that to be normal, because when people say, ew, I hate queers, or ooh, homophobic and this and that, those are the people that aren't tolerated anymore.
Yep. Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, not everywhere. Obviously, there will always, no matter what, there will always be issues with somebody.
Yeah.
But the majority, it's coming around. People are starting to change their minds a little.
We're still dealing with women issues. We're still dealing with, African American issues. We're still dealing with it will always be there. That will always be in the deep hearts of people. But at the same time, it's like Mel said, for it to become normal and the other situation not normal, that's phenomenal. And
to get it to change anything, you have to call people out on their shit. You can't just be like, roll your eyes and walk away. You need to call them out. You don't have to fight with somebody, but you need to tell them basically in a nice way what they're saying is ignorant, and that, let them see why it's not. And you'd be surprised how quick you can change somebody's mind.
Yeah. Well, what I liked is you got to see the super fans come out of their shells.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That was
cool.
That was the benefit for a lot of them. That drag queens could, because something about drag queens that I've always found fascinating, that I love them for who they are, is that a lot of the time their boy persona, their regular everyday persona, is very insecure and very sheltered.
Yes, but when they become that queen,
it allows them to be on stage.
Yeah, you're right.
And so for them,
and that was one of the things, unfortunately, that happened with Widow that they were talking about, because it's like, this is your time to shine. You're not being you, who you're not good with. You're being you here. You're being her. You're being fabulous, honey.
Yep.
You need to work it, and you need to know that you can. And she was not willing to do that because she got in her own fucking head too deep. Yeah. Somebody else got in her head deep, and now it makes her in her head deep.
Yep. Well, and hopefully after the show, and I think she's doing fine. I followed her a little bit after the show. Remember, in a competition, there's a lot of pressure. There's a lot of pressure from their hometowns because they're on the biggest platform in the world as far as drag is concerned. To do well and to not fail. So once they get out of it, if they handle themselves correctly, getting out of it, they'll find nothing but success. And I think that's
hell, they've shown some of the first eliminated have become really famous.
So it's just a matter of how you take care of yourself afterwards.
It's your personality. You need to leave an impression with people. That's how you're going to get fame. If people remember you, if they don't, you're going nowhere.
Well, and the fact that they've already succeeded in the fact that, they got on Drag Race. And
I can imagine how many hundreds of thousands of applicants RuPaul gets a year and are backlogged for, because it's you figure every major city has multiple drag bars. Every smaller city has at least one or two, and all of those queens are vying for the exact same position every single year, because that is their ticket out. That is their their platform. So we've only ever had one San Diego queen on the show. That just goes to show you right there, because we have our own full-time drag bar, and there's only ever been one from San Diego, and he was Chad was, it's years ago, a big time queen here in San Diego. So it's a matter of, it doesn't matter what city you come from. It doesn't matter how big a city, how big the drag bar is. It's a matter about you selling yourself and getting on the show, and they're all vying for it.
Exactly.
They're all going for it. And
this is a really great ensemble this season.
Yeah, it is. Well, once the bullshit got taken out,
Yeah.
But you're always going to have that. You're always going to have something.
Looks like we're getting into a little bit of hiding mess next episode. Kind of bothersome to see the preview for that. Did you see the preview?
Yeah, I did. They're trying to stir up some more drama there.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
No, not drag queens stir up drama.
Yeah, well, I guess what it is like, okay, well, this is getting too boring. We got to stir it a little bit. Let's stir it up.
The pot.
The problem that they're having story-wise, because I always like to talk about what kind of story they're crafting for a reality TV show. The problem that they're having right now, the niche that they're in, they were lucky this episode because they had all these outsiders in the mix that they can tell their story. But the problem that they're having is all of them people relatively get along, and they're most of them are kind of on equal playing field. Nobody's getting the winners at it yet, and so they don't have that story to tell either. So I think that with the hyenas coming up next episode, I think they're reintroducing that because they don't have a lead story to go on yet.
Yeah, I mean, because there really wasn't. Nobody did bad this time around.
No,
they all did really well.
Jackie could have done a little better.
Yeah, she was kind of laid back a little bit.
So first off, we come in from the runway like we always do from the episode before, talking about who did what did what. We had a little woos and cries for Widow. Was Widow that went home last week?
Yes.
Yeah, Widow went last time.
So yeah, we had a little bit from Heidi saying it was sad to see her go, but I liked this time because this time it wasn't like this fake, like, oh my god, we all loved her. It was like, it's sad to see her go, but you know what? She wrote her own ticket. She didn't want to be here because she gave up on herself. So I was glad they gave that narrative.
Yeah.
Which they did. And then we moved on. So we moved on to RuPaul coming in the workroom and introducing the super fans. They come in the workroom and they're told that they are here for an audience participation. How it says, you'd be here on RuPaul and blah, blah, blah. They're like, oh my God, it's dream come true. And I love these girls. They're so pretty and blah, blah, blah. And then RuPaul drops it on them. Well, you're not here for an audience participation. They're all like, no, you're here because you're the makeover challenge. Surprise! And everybody loses their shit, right? Oh my god, yay! And so just the look of joy and excitement and all that they were here for. It was pretty exciting.
I know, it's like all their eyes just lit right up. They're like, oh my god!
No, Nuke, you can't come over here. So Jada was selected to. RuPaul always does this shit. RuPaul's a genius at this game playing. Because RuPaul always makes one of the girls or two of the girls pick whatever the situation is. So you pick your castmates, you pick your songs, you pick whatever. You do it to each other, and we'll see what kind of drama ensues. RuPaul is really good at that. And because it's all
letting
part
them
of the
set up their own drama, throw the line out, and they'll reel it in.
There's always a reason to do that. There's always a reason to do the round robin pick. There's always a reason, and RuPaul wants to see it. She wants to see it play out. It's all part of the competition. And so Jada is selected to pick the teammates, one queen with one makeover, because she won the last episode.
Yeah.
There was no mini challenge, so she got picked because she won the last episode. And so she picks the line. And this time I didn't really see a lot of setting people up or trying to do anything. It's just all just females. They're all excited. Everybody looked bubbly. The females are easier
Which
than
is
men.
what it should have been, because it should have been about the fans, not the competition just for this one thing.
Yeah, there was nothing malicious about it. There was no rhyme or reason. It was just picking people. They were all smiling. And so that worked out really well. And so the lineup, so we get this straight. So I actually wrote it down this time. Jada picked herself a girl by the name of Bethany. We'll talk about each team and what they kind of brought. But Jada picked Bethany. She picked Grace, a woman by the name Grace for Crystal, Janet for Cherry Pie, Nicole for Heidi, somebody that goes by the name of Shea Coulee too for Gigi, and a girl by the name of Tiffany is with who? Jackie.
Jackie.
So
Yeah, Jackie.
each of the girls were just like there was no theme, purpose, or whatever to the makeover. It was just family. Make your
No,
choice
yeah, it was just
on top of this person and make it part of the family. That was it.
They,
Sometimes
they had to make them in drag to make them look like they could have been a family member of theirs. That was how.
which is usually the challenge. Sometimes it's a little bit more. Sometimes there's an extra layer to it. But this time it wasn't. It was just family resemblance. Our family, part of the family, part of the team, whatever. And so then RuPaul proceeds to go around the workroom and do her typical workroom assessment. Who's wears what, and who's doing what. Starts with Jada. Jada and Bethany. First we get a little bit of workroom kind of chitter chatter before the actual assessment, getting to know the girls and who they are. And the one of the standout things was Crystal was assessing her. No, Jada, I'm sorry, was assessing her girl on her shoes. Girl, we're gonna walk in some high heels. How high of a heel? Oh, they're gonna be high. They're gonna be like, holy hell, I can't walk in high heels. Well, sure enough, we're gonna follow that story for a little bit.
Yeah.
Which is always a big thing. Crystal's team, we got to know her. Her name is Grace. Crystal wanted to make sure she was as kooky and as weird as she is. Does she like glitter? Because Crystal has an idea. The idea pays off, but she had this idea and she wants to know if this girl's going along for the ride.
And then she proceeds to say, "Well, I'm a kindergarten teacher, so I love glitter." And she's like, "Oh, perfect,"
Yes.
like perfect.
Sherry had Janet, which surprisingly we got a little bit of workroom stuff from her. I was really surprised.
I was surprised by that.
We did not get a judging from them.
Not a whole lot. We did get a little bit.
Judging. We did. We did get a judging. No. Yes, we did. It was after the commercial break. We got a judging from them, and they talked about how
we got a little bit. They weren't overly harsh, but yeah.
Yeah. But we saw more of Sherry in this episode than we have all season, which was nice because it did not take away from her teammates.
Yes.
The show allowed their teammates to be on TV and to shine. So that was really cool. Really, really cool to show. I wonder how that girl feels now. Because I think she had one of the more interesting of all of the ladies. Because remember, Sherry had the girl that keeps getting perceived as a man in public. She's the big, tall, very, very.
She's like, like 6'4" or something like that.
Yeah, almost a Xena-esque type of build and look to her, where she says she's always been confused as a man. So it was neat to show her story and how great she felt about herself at the end. So that was cool.
Yeah.
Then we have Nicole, who was paired with Heidi, which was an interesting pair because I thought if anything failed in this episode,
it was that
Heidi not attaching herself because Nicole, Heidi's teammate, she is extremely insecure.
Yeah.
She's a heavier set woman. She's insecure about her body. Evidently, there have been some extensive bullying in her past that she, has not gotten over. It looks like, and so Heidi was like, "Oh well, we not brushed it off, but she was sensitive to it. She was talking about took the path of everybody's bullying, and here you don't have to worry about it. And
I think she could have done so much more than what she did, unfortunately.
Yeah, unfortunately, she could have really tapped into what the girls' insecurities were and tried to really.
Well, and she could have made it for some good viewership that the producers would have loved.
It's almost like she was uncomfortable with the fact that she was bullied and didn't know how to handle it. So let's just brush it off.
And you would think somebody who's a drag queen has been through their share of bullying.
Yeah. Well, and a lot of drag queens haven't gotten over it. Like I said, their boy persona or whatever. There's that insecurities. There's a lot of that. And remember, Heidi's from the deep south. She's from the south. Not from the New York City.
And her name is Heidi N. Closet.
Correct. Mm-hmm. There's
so
that.
I mean, that tells you something right there because they choose their own names.
Because when we get to the runway and we'll talk about the outfits and everything and the runway presentation, I think unfortunately, I think it added to this girl's insecurities and not helped her out. I felt really bad for her.
Could have done so much more with her outfit on that one because it's like she looked really good and she didn't put any work into hers. It's like,
it was tough.
What are you trying to do? Sabotage this poor girl?
Right, because it was about the fans, not you.
And so, Nuka's moving around a lot. He moved this way. He's trying to get over to me on the bed. So yeah, we'll talk about their presentation, what went down here in a minute. But basically, the girls' insecurities were, about her weight, about how she looks, and she's thick. She's a big girl, but instead of empowering that, a lot. No, Nuka, come on, you're not gonna fit here. Speaking of fat asses, so she, you could tell that right when she. What I found most interesting is right when she started to tell her story, you can tell that she was extremely uncomfortable telling her story.
Yeah.
She didn't want to, I guess the producers or somebody was like,
well, and I'm sure it's because there was cameras in her face while she's telling her story.
Exactly. So, I got to tell the story. I got to do, and you could tell right away that she was going to break down and cry, and you could see the uncomfortableness of Heidi going, oh my God, we got to stop this really quick. And so basically, Heidi tried to make light, make humor of everything, and tried to make everybody feel in that category. Oh, we're all bullied. And girl, you got to get over it. We're going to be just fine. You're going to be fabulous. Moving to the present and not.
That's what you hear all the time, and that's how you don't get over it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so instead of tapping into that moment, finding out exactly, she did talk about, because she says, I'm going to put you in something really short, and you're going to be sexy and beautiful. When was the last time you showed off a little skin, a little leg? And the girl's like, 20 years. And Heidi's like, well, today's the day. Instead of, that was the moment that you find out, well, wait a minute, whoa, why haven't you shown skin in 20 years? You want to talk about anything particular that happened? Is there anything that if I put you in, you're absolutely going to freak out on, and be uncomfortable with? That's the path Heidi should took. And I just think, to credit Heidi, she was not comfortable handling this situation.
Unfortunately, she didn't handle it as well as she could have.
And we'll talk about that when we get to the runway. So then we move on to somebody. Where's my notes? No, Nuka made me move everything. We move on to Gigi. Gigi had a girl that goes by the name of Shea Coulee, who's another drag queen from a couple seasons ago. 2. Okay, you're Shea Coulee 2. You're welcome. She's cute. They didn't really do a lot of pre-assessment chitter-chatter with her.
No.
You didn't see a lot at all. And then we find out why in a little bit when they do the presentation. It's almost like Gigi had gotten a heads up on the challenge. Weird. And this is the first time that I ever felt something was amiss in the production of the show, because I never thought any of this. How it works, from my understanding, talking to queens and knowing the ins and outs of pre-season, what happens to pre-season, is once they get selected for the show and they agree and they sign the contracts and they pass the medical and whatever to be on the show, and they get their welcome packet, which is basically, a personalized letter from RuPaul and then a letter from production. And the letter from production, because with RuPaul, they get very little to no time with her whatsoever.
Right.
RuPaul is completely
it looks like they do, but they really don't.
Yeah, they don't.
RuPaul doesn't even remember their names half the time. It's really sad.
It's just sad.
It really is just a job for RuPaul. She's going in, she does her bit, she leaves. The girls don't see her at all. So they get a personalized letter. You're like, oh my God, a letter from my star. And then they get a welcome packet. And in that welcome packet, there is a list of outfits that they are asked to prepare and to bring. And usually it's very generic, but given enough that would fit the show. To whatever, and if they had to make adjustments, they make adjustments, but it's prepared. Like, bring a Madonna look, bring a African safari look, something like that. Just bring a purple look. It's very blatant.
Right.
And so I don't know where this outfit fell on Gigi's list of the pre-production kind of thing, because when they were all going down the runway and Gigi gives her assessment, she gives a reason why she had these outfits, and it felt shenanigans to me. It felt like,
well, yeah, it was. She basically said something along the lines of she designed these with her mother, and it was her and her mother were originally going to wear them,
Yeah,
And it
was weird.
didn't fit in with the challenge at all. You're like, wait, why are you telling him
Well, it's
this?
almost like she was told.
Why are we doing something with your mother? It's supposed to be the fan.
Or she assumed the makeover challenge was going to be with her mother. So that her and her mother.
Why is your camera so blurry?
What?
Why is your camera so blurry?
Probably because the light is behind me, because I just moved it so that it wouldn't be so shaky because of Nuka. He's gone now. I put it back. So it was almost like she thought or was told that makeovers would be with her mother. There would be a challenge with her mother. Because remember, her mother is a costume designer, is a Broadway costume designer.
Right.
And so her mother made 90%, if not 100% of her outfits that are prepared for the show. And but she said this was for me and my mother to wear. We prepared. I'm like, why would you assume your mother's going to?
Yeah, it was confusing. Why would you say that?
It was almost
what does that even mean?
I thought for a second. I'm like, did they prepare a mother's makeover challenge, and for some reason, the mother?
Oh, you know, next week is Mother's Day.
Yeah, and then the
maybe next week there's something.
So they just pick super fans to do it.
I don't know, maybe because when I was watching that, it was like that whole thing was completely out of character. It's like, wait, why is that even in here?
Yeah, it was weird. I've never seen anything.
I think it was cut wrong too.
I don't know. I'd have to go back and look at exactly what Gigi said again.
I did like the outfits though.
But again, with Gigi, everything with Gigi is so polished and so prepared.
I know.
Yes, as a queen and as a performer, that's fantastic. A competition show where you want to see growth and change and ups and downs, it's terrible. It makes for terrible TV.
Yeah.
And I tell you, Gigi was having the winning edit for a long time. She does no longer have it. She's not even running at this point in a winner's edit. They have just shown her fall and fall and fall and fall.
Yeah, and right now she's falling even further now.
I'm falling and I can't get up.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was Gigi. We didn't get a lot from her yet.
Debbie said she's watching Hollywood right now.
Who is?
Debbie. I think we all are right now.
Yeah, I'll be watching today too.
Well, no, she's watching it right now. I think she means while doing this. I think. I don't know. I could totally be wrong. She might mean she's just watching it.
Well, at least she'll be ready for us on.
Bring your thoughts to the table. I already have some. Not negative. Just have some. So far.
Not Michael. Michael's never negative.
Michael's never negative.
I used to love Ryan Murphy. Ryan Murphy's God. Oh, Ryan Murphy. And lately, it's like every single show he's continuing to do the exact same thing. It's like he starts a show, it's like a pet project, and then he gives it to a showrunner, and the show falls apart. Every single show. And it's starting to get frustrating on his behalf.
Well, this is more like a miniseries kind of thing.
Yeah, different topic.
Yeah.
Ryan Murphy's become a franchise.
Well, unless they pick it up and like it.
He's no longer an individual TV show runner. He's become a franchise. All right, so
anyway, back to Drag Race.
Yeah, last one is Jackie and Tiffany, and this is what do they talk about?
They talked about the fact that they have a lot of things in common.
Yeah, they
like a lot of the same things, and Jackie was doing the whole point system thing. And it's like,
Jackie points. That's why I wrote that. I was like, Jackie points. What does that mean, Jackie points? That's right. Jackie was doing the whole, well, if you like this, you get a point. If you do this, you get a point. And so,
it was cute.
Jackie's interesting for me right now. And we'll see.
Jackie was like this last episode. Jackie seemed a little bit like a little bit extra. Did you notice it just in this episode? Like she was a little extra.
Yeah, she's overcompensating.
Like compared to what she normally is, she's always extra. But compared to what she normally is,
yeah, she's overcompensating. Yeah. I think she's lost her nerve. She's lost control of where she was at in the competition, and she knows what her strengths are. She knows herself, and I think those strengths she's trying to overcompensate for now, and it's falling flat.
Yeah,
and that's the problem people get into, So, all right, so then RuPaul comes in. RuPaul goes around. She talks to each one of them. Tries to get to know how they're interacting. And for the most part, everybody's doing fine. Everybody is getting to know the girl. There's been no cattiness, no fighting. RuPaul did kind of
until
make pause with Heidi and Nicole did kind of see. I think she saw a little bit of a disconnect there. I didn't call her on it, but there was a little moment there, and then Crystal, RuPaul, Crystal could win this. I'm telling you right now.
I agree because I really love what she did.
Everybody right now, all the queens are saying Crystal's going to take it.
But see,
all the articles I read last night, interviews with all of them, they're saying that they think Crystal's going to take it.
RuPaul has never done that. And that's the only thing that makes me wonder if Crystal would not get it, because RuPaul has never crowned the winner as somebody who's not won the challenge. RuPaul's fair. The person with the most challenge wins.
Right.
That's the win. Crystal hasn't won anything.
Crystal hasn't won anything yet.
RuPaul is fascinated with her. RuPaul is absolutely loving her. And I've never seen that happen to where RuPaul has really taken like a motherly kinship to somebody that is so different. And so RuPaul likes the different, but she honors who's done well. Crystal's just kind of just been there. She's been like right at the end, and never taken home the prize.
Thank you, B. It's my drag makeup.
Yeah, Crystal is what I love about Crystal is that she thinks outside the box. She's a complete oddball. She's never apologized for her weirdness. She's never changed her weirdness for anybody. She has tried other things that the judges have suggested in her own way and explained why she was doing it in her own way, and continues to do what she's going to do. So this is a person that absolutely, really, truly knows herself and makes no apologies for it. And I think that's what RuPaul attached on.
No apologies whatsoever.
The runway look, her runway look, if anybody had done that, and any other season without being Crystal, they would have gone home.
I know.
But Crystal on the runway look was absolutely genius for her and for her brand. So
I thought she did incredible. Both of them did.
Yeah.
One of my favorite runway looks of the season. Hands down, we'll talk about it in a minute, but hands down, it's phenomenal. So what? After the little runway, after the little assessment, we killed the kid, and then we got the workroom practice and making garments and doing all that, and then this is where we start to get the real shenanigans of the episode.
Yeah.
People going to be, kind of bantering back and forth, and your girl, she's gonna fall, she's gonna go home, and look at her, she can't even walk.
Yeah, all the shade. Yeah, they're throwing shade back and forth.
Shade and stuff started going. It was fun. Everybody was taking it to heart. Nobody was taking it to heart. Everybody was having a fun time with it. The girls really attached themselves in the culture of the queens. It was great. Yeah. They did get one surprise of the challenge, and that was each of the girls were going to have to pair off one against each other and do a lip sync. Not the queen, the guests. And they were like out on this, but also excited. And let me tell you, they rocked the house. You could tell each and every one of them loved doing it.
They had so much fun
doing it. Some of them danced better than others, but they all put in 100%. It was really, 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 really fun to see.
And it wasn't, and even for the fans, it wasn't about, and that's why I said the queen should have made it that way. And most of them did, but it wasn't about them. It wasn't even about the competition. It was simply a way to give back to these super fans and let them have a good time and let loose.
That's what also
just like you, they were picked for a reason.
That's what also makes me think that there was something else planned, like Mothers, and it was scrapped. So let's just bring in some super fans and have fun. Let's just have fun this episode. That's what it felt like.
It could have been.
Especially with the
well, when would that have been filmed? When would that one have been filmed?
June or July of last year.
July.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think if there was anything going on in July that affected travel or something. Because if it did, that could be a reason why, if they couldn't get them there.
Yeah, or maybe somebody's mother is sick and they didn't want to have one mother eliminated. If they couldn't have them all, then they
it might have been. It might have been. They had to, for time, had to cut some competitions.
Yeah, maybe.
Possibly.
Because it did seem a whole lot more uncompetition than anything else I've ever seen on the show. Usually there's a structure. Usually there's a reason to get to the end to have the lip sync off and to send someone home. There's always this just felt fun. Everything was fun about it. Maybe that's why I like it so much.
Even at the end, there wasn't. They ended up not eliminating anyone.
Well, yeah, exactly. Well, we get to the runway, and the first thing I noticed. Did you guys notice the last episode? Hi, what's up?
Hold on.
Last episode,
What's
for
up,
the first
sweetie?
time ever in RuPaul's Drag Race history, they did not show RuPaul's entrance for the first time. It went right to the table.
Say that again.
Last episode, RuPaul did not have her entrance shown, where she comes out with the song and she's standing there.
Yeah.
That didn't happen last episode. That threw me for a loop. Oh my god, that's never happened in all 10. Well, how many seasons we're on now? 12 seasons of the show plus all the offers. That's never happened, and that was so weird last episode. Really, really strange. Because you figure if they needed that extra 3 minutes for RuPaul's entrance, they'd have cut 3 minutes of something out of the show. There was a reason they didn't show her entrance. There is for some reason, and it could have been something as silly as that part of the tape was destroyed. Who knows? But they didn't show it for a reason.
And we have to talk about our guest judge. We haven't talked about our guest judge.
Was Daisy Ridley.
I knew Michael was gonna love that when I saw who the guest was. I was like, oh, he's gonna be so happy.
Ray. Oh well, Ray Skywalker. In other words, Daisy Ridley. From very, very controversial sequel trilogy of Star Wars, from Force Awakens, Last Jedi, and Rise of Skywalker. Daisy Ridley, she was great. Well, so Daisy Ridley is a fashion icon. She really, like, right after Force Awakens started, she really got into really, really high fashion, like extreme runway, Paris runway kind of crap and stuff. So I could see her getting into drag race and everything. So Daisy really responded to Gigi.
Yeah,
all high fashion. I mean, she responded to it not in a good way. She responded. She's like, that was great, but we needed more, because what Daisy Ridley saw was like the rest of us saw. That was just Paris runway. What drag race was there? Nothing. So I caught on to that. Daisy Ridley way. But she was good. She was a good judge. She wasn't over the top. She wasn't. What I hate about some of these celebrity judges at times is when a celebrity judge comes on, and in their celebrity persona, because who knows their personal life, but in their celebrity persona, what they present to us on the public all the time is nothing like it is when they come on Drag Race. When they come on Drag Race, all of a sudden they got to be immense in the drag culture. They got to all of a sudden talk the drag and shake their heads and shake their shoulders. It's like, you never do that. So like when people like Daisy Ridley come on and are just themselves but enjoying being there, I really appreciate that. I'm not trying to be.
Did you get a chance to see Untucked?
Yes, I did. Mm-hmm.
The fact that she went backstage and talked to them, I just like, aw.
That's another thing that I like about. See, I'm not starstruck as a person. Coming from theater background, and just I guess my whole thought on movie stars are just it's a job, and it's a career path that I pursued for a long time. So I'm never starstruck. There's one star that I was starstruck for, but it was in a crush way. That was Ray Park, who played Darth Maul. I like stalked him for forever, but that was a crush kind of thing, not a starstruck thing. So I like it when a celebrity can come back into like a situation like that, and of course people are starstruck. But when a celebrity is cool and everybody's just like cool and just chill and not feeding off the starstruck kind of mess,
right?
Because I hate people who just act absolute batshit crazy around celebrities. I'm like, you know what? You making a fool out of yourself as celebrities is not having the celebrity remember who you are. They're normal people just like everybody else. They shit just like everybody else. They pay the bills just like everybody else. Granted, they got a hell of a lot more money and an easy ride at times for things, but just doing a job, just making their way. So, and some of them are assholes. People talk about not wanting to meet your idols. I've been in that situation where you meet somebody who you've absolutely adored, and it's not the person you wanted to meet. Careful.
Don't come high by me.
There's what you wish for.
One of the first the star of Miss Saigon. When I thought it was a lifelong dream to meet and talk to her and stuff, and I had a really not negative experience, but a negative feeling afterwards. I didn't like the person that I met, and that kind of ruined it for me. It kind of blew that piece of the show for me. So careful who you meet. That is, I like it when they're just normal. And Daisy was so cool. When Daisy went back there, she was just absolutely just normal, and everybody, and then that fed into them, and it was just absolutely chill, and they were just cool and normal. I really like Daisy. She's really coming into her own, And I think she's really, because when Force Awakens was first started out, and you started seeing Daisy on interviews and stuff, she was so overwhelmed, and you could tell. I mean, she was so scared to death to carry something like this, and because this was like her first big role, and
Yeah.
Star Wars, the new Disney Star Wars, right on the heels of graduating, theater school or acting school or whatever. It's gonna be
Mhm.
daunting. And she got a lot of shit for it. She got a lot of hate for what happened, in Star Wars, and she got the whole, Disney Mary Sue female kind of crap. And for her to stand strong and finish the trilogy out and still have a positive view about her experience in Star Wars, it says a lot about her.
Mhm.
And I thought, personally, that's why I love Rise of Skywalker so much, because I'm not happy with what happened in the new trilogy. I really kind of hate what happened in the new trilogy, especially Last Jedi. But her and Adam's performances and what they did with those characters through the thing made me love, that last movie so much. Daisy was brilliant. She was
Yeah.
absolutely brilliant in that last movie. Anyway, enough doting on Daisy Ridley. Sadly, you'll never see Daisy Ridley in Star Wars again. I bet you. I put money on it right now. You'll never see him again. And that's sad. But so
But the judging was good
first
though.
thing is we get the presentation on the runway, and it was just the walk, and well, we got, let's go down the line. Jada and her girl did a well, no, yeah, they did. What outfits did they do? They did the red. The red,
They did the red, yeah.
the red, very very gown, animal print, feathery sequin kind of gown
Mhm.
thing, very ballroom. They looked great. They looked like family members. They looked absolutely store bought. They well put together, even though Jada made a lot of that stuff. It looked very, very professional. It looked very finished. The dress suited the other girl just fine. Possible winner. She did great. Absolutely great.
Mhm.
And then Heidi and Honey comes out, and they did this disco mask, which was nothing but kind of like a, well, on Honey. Well, oh, these are the drag names that they gave their little daughters. And then we
They
had,
gave them.
first was Jada and, I didn't write Jada's daughters. Oh, Jada and Jazz. Jazz
Yeah.
was her. Jada and Jazz, and then we got Heidi and Honey, and Honey was wearing this little mini dress.
Oh, I know. I felt so bad for her. She did not look good.
First off, the girls had just told Heidi that her legs were her biggest problem, and she had her most insecurities about.
Yeah.
Every single inch of this woman's legs was showing, and it looked just thunderous. And she felt it, and that's what I was saying. You
I
could feel
know.
the energy coming from her, that she was so incredibly uncomfortable wearing what she was wearing
I
and being
felt bad for her.
Oh, I did too.
You could
That's where
see it. You could see it.
oh, you
Oh.
completely on her face.
Mhm.
She'd rather be dead than doing
And
anything.
she's like, I have to be on TV in this.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's like Heidi didn't even try. It's like,
no.
oh,
Well, Heidi was put together. Heidi had this, very Heidi look, and she was very dragon. And this girl just had this little mini and drag makeup on, and that was it. It was like, come on. So, and this poor girl looking at all these other fans that were made up and up to the nines.
yeah.
This girl literally was minimalistic. She was almost like an Aiden kind of look, just minimalistic, nothing there. And every inch of her exposed. It was really sad, really, really sad.
I know. I felt so bad for her. I mean,
Yeah.
you would think that Heidi would even put like some sequins or something on her, but she didn't do that. It was just like,
No,
And
nothing.
on and on. Her face just keeps dropping and dropping and just looking. I'd have to go back and look at her performance in the lip sync, but it was very serious. And though it was a song, I wonder if it was because of the song or not. It was very, very serious.
mhm.
So that was Heidi and Honey, poor thing. And then we got Jackie and Snacky. Jackie and Snacky.
Jackie and Snack.
They did
Jackie
this
and
well.
Snacky.
They did something that goes well. And here's I call shenanigans. Tell me why we had the two bottoms who had to lip sync for their life at the end were both in full on disco attire to a disco number.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
How does coincidence like that work? I'm not a big football theorist, but this whole episode felt pre-constructed, around.
Yeah.
And again, that brings me back to maybe they wasn't malicious. Maybe they had something else planned and they couldn't work it out. So they how to craft it around it. Maybe they heard that Jackie and Heidi were both going to do disco outfits the early morning, and they put together a lip sync song. But that makes me say no, because all the girls in their hotel room the night before elimination, they get the elimination number. They're all given the song, so they all can learn the song if they're the ones that have to lip sync the next day. This wasn't filmed over 2 days. This was filmed in one day, in one afternoon. So it felt shenanigans to me. Maybe I'm just over reaching for something, but it felt it looked great on TV. It looked like it was planned, and that's the point. It looked like it was planned.
Mm-hmm.
Take what you want, because maybe they knew.
I have to say something here. Am I the only one who is now really getting tired of Sherry Pie's look? Because all she does is say over and over and over.
Thank God that she's not going to be part of the finale, even if she gets to the finale, because she's got no reason to win anyway. No. If she won more challenges and really outshined it, the rest of them, it would be one thing, but she didn't. She just stayed on the same track through the whole thing. And that brings me to Crystal and Opal. No, I'm gonna say that for last. So let's do Sherry Pie and Sherry. And what was her name?
Sherry. Her name was Tiramisu.
Tiramisu. That is really cute. Tiramisu, really cute. But they did waitress outfits because of the Sherry Pie and the waitresses. It was good. Sherry has done that before too. She's done it multiple times. I mean, you know what this look is all from? It's from that Broadway musical or movie Waitress. That whole look, the same type of waitress outfit. It's the same thing about baking pies. It's all that story. And Sherry's from New York. And she's probably got a love for this musical. And it's all based on that.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. And then we had Gigi and BB. Gigi good, BB bad. That was cute too. Really cute. And they had, we were talking about before, they had the outfits that were made by Gigi's mother. And basically, they were nothing but a fur coat and one of those muff hats. That would be in Europe, high-end Europe. These faux fur coats. One was black and white. One was white and black. Kind of deal. Yeah. And looked absolutely like it came off the runway. Looked completely professionally made. Looked beautiful, but there was nothing like Mel said, nothing messy about it. Nothing challenging about it. It was just professional. It was done. She looked great. It fit. Yeah. And that's where when they were judging, that's where the cut came from. Where did you get these outfits? Oh, my mother made them for us to wear. And I'm like, what?
Yeah, that was where that came from. And I was like, why are you saying this?
And then the song came for the end of elimination. I'm like, wait a minute. This episode feels funny. Because see, I wouldn't put it past them. Again, simple hat. I don't wear one. But I wouldn't put it past a show like this to craft something, because they need to put together an episode. Because, like I said, something else has gone wrong, and they want to make sure it's a tight, neat package. So they bring everybody in. They could have brought these girls in. They could have brought the queens in. They could have everybody said, look, we need to create something. We don't have the episode that we have planned. Nobody's going home. You don't have to worry about the stress of anything. I want everybody to have fun. And here's what's going to go down. And they craft a story around it so that they can film it and be done with it. That's what again, the simple hat.
And it wasn't a bad episode. It was actually a really good one.
Yeah. But the fact that we had a double save, spoiler alert, we have a double save. The fact that we had a double save, and the first 2 weeks of the season, we two people didn't go home. My God, how many?
I was thinking that too. How is this going to end? With the numbers.
I think this is an
ad. Are they going to do a double elimination next week?
No. Well, I don't know. I don't know for a fact, but she's never done that. I think this is just because it's VH1 now, because we're now multiple years into VH1 extending their contracts. I think that they filmed an extra episode. No.
Right.
Wait 2 more weeks. So they really would have one extra episode in the beginning and one extra episode now. So they went 2 more weeks. They extended the season.
Okay.
So
because we still don't even know when they're going to film the finale, right?
I've heard nothing. I have not looked for it, but in what I follow,
you're not going to hear anything until states start opening up and things start getting back to normal a little bit. And then we'll start to get some kind of information, but there's not going to be any for a while.
What I imagine is going to happen. The only thing that physically that I think can happen is I think that they will do an in-studio finale with just them, them,
to keep the exposure down.
With a skeleton crew, film it, edit it, and then put it out there. That's the only thing that I can see happening. Because there's not going to be a live audience in the Freaking Horse Theater in a grand finale anytime this year. And in fact, the unions and everything are now I keep hearing that rumor about the unions really pushing that absolutely no film production go into production until 2021.
Yeah.
That includes this. That would be a filming because these unions are the craftsmanship, the cameramen, the all the PAs, all that stuff. These are the unions that are speaking up on this. They're like, we don't want to go filming your movie, doing our blue collar jobs, getting everybody at risk. Because there's hundreds of thousands of people that come on a movie set every single day to film this kind of stuff, and they don't want it. These unions don't want it. The unions don't want to pay the insurance to have all these.
Chase, welcome.
Chase.
Hi, Chase.
So that's the big deal about that. So for the finale, they're not going to have a huge live audience like they do in the theater, plus the entire production crew around that, unless they want to film the finale in 2021, which I wouldn't put it past RuPaul. She could say, "Stay tuned. We're all in this together. We're all going to wait and see." The finale has not been filmed. It's still up in the air, and we'll film the finale as soon as we're able to get everybody involved. We don't want to see anybody out of it. Not anything.
It really sucks for the contestants, though, even if you're not the winner, to film the finale, because they still have to be quiet about all the information that nobody knows yet that hasn't aired.
Well, up to the last episode. Now, once the last episode goes in, Chase is talking about how they did it in season 3. Season 3 was the reason this whole show has changed, because when Raja won, they filmed the finale just like they're filming the show for season 3. And Raja won, and so everybody in LA knew Raja won. And so before the show even aired, months before it even aired, the news got out that Raja had won, and the show changed ever since then. Ever since then is when RuPaul stopped filming the finale in advance, and only like a week or so in advance to film the finale. And this season the finale has not been filmed. There is no declared winner. So all they got to get is to the final episode, and then they don't have to be secret about anything, because then they're all the same information as all the rest of us are. They know nothing, In fact, they don't even know until we know who wins, because the way they do it is they take the finalists to a bar in Chicago, I believe. Forget the bar's name, and they do a viewing party that night of the show that we're all watching at home. And then when RuPaul declares the winner on the show, they find out that they won, because they film every single person winning. So, like, if you go to the finale, you're there in the live audience, you will see every single girl crown the winner, and they only show it live, and that's because of Raja, because of season 3, like Chase was saying. Pretty funny. That's what I think, Chase. That's what I was just saying. I was saying that they probably will film it on the main stage this year, with just them and a skeleton crew to film it. That's if they're wanting to do it now. Could be the only thing they could do.
Yeah.
But again, that's if unions allow them to do it, because right now, if the unions hold strong and the unions get their way, it's not the actors, it's not contestants, it's the people who work a show who are union paid will not be allowed to go be behind the camera or be the PA on the set, because of the union. They would have to cross union lines, picket lines, or union lines to do that, and then they lose their job. So it's the unions that are saying no production until 2021. So we'll see what happens. Oh my God, if there's no production of anything until 2021, it is going to suck. Because can you imagine, like, big event movies? They're off a whole new year. We won't have a Marvel movie until 2022. Sucks. Anyway, that's the point. First world problems versus real world problems. That's the very first world problem. Okay, so
we ended up with.
We gotta go back to Jackie and Jess. So Jackie and Jess, come on, I cannot tell you, this has to be one of my favorite looks in all of history of Drag Race. It was so insightful. Even their presentation about they came out about understanding who they were portraying and what they were doing was so on the money. It was Crystal. It was also Sesame Street. They came out. Came out Crystal Method, your drag queen versions of Bert and Ernie. So it wasn't a matter of presenting it as a family member or part of the Crystal Method drag, and they were presenting Bert and Ernie as if Bert and Ernie were Crystal Method drag queens. They did the whole love connection between Bert and Ernie, which has gone on for years, saying that the creator of Bert and Ernie actually created the first gay characters on TV. That Bert and Ernie were always meant to be represented as gay characters. Nobody's ever proven that. But if you go back and you watch all the segments of Bert and Ernie.
Oh, no. The creators finally came out and admitted that Bert and Ernie are a gay couple. Yeah, a few years ago. Yeah, he came out and he did an interview and he said that they were meant to be gay and publicly announced it.
Yeah, that's exactly how they were presented. It was never shied away
Yeah.
from it. Presented as a couple. And so Crystal and them, they did this on the runway, the whole marriage proposal thing. It was brilliant. It was so on her brand, so insightful about who she is, and she made no apologies for it. It was weird. I mean, you had these two
they looked really fucking weird. They looked like clowns, not Bert and Ernie.
But it was brilliant. It was absolutely. I thought
that was my favorite look.
Yeah, it was mine too.
Really?
Yeah. Of this week, yeah, that was my favorite.
It was great.
Wow.
So then,
it was definitely the most standout.
It's
that's what she wanted.
Refreshing. It's so refreshing to see somebody compete fairly in a competition as themselves with no apologies.
And she hasn't won. She hasn't won anything yet.
But to be able to make adjustments when the judges are asking you to make adjustments within your brand. See, that's the key. That's the mix that you got to hold. Because if Michelle's telling you, you know what, you're always wearing that blonde wig. I want to see something different. I want to see, a dark wig or a red wig. It's just something different. Show us something different. And you refuse. You keep coming out in a blonde wig because it doesn't feel like your brand. But if you're able to take that dark wig, make it your brand, come out and show everybody, you don't ever have to wear a dark wig again. But you've made it yourself. You've tried it. You've seen what they wanted to see, and you go back. Crystal has done that every step of the way. Because the first thing they clocked Crystal on right in the beginning was her clown makeup. They're like, yeah, you don't have to hide behind that. You really don't. Let's see something. Just makeup, just drag makeup. The next couple challenges, she came out with completely downplayed makeup, but in a crystal fashion. It still had the crystal design to it, but it was not clown makeup. And they liked it. The judges responded to it, but the judges said, you know what? We like this, but it's not you. You do you. And she does.
She did.
She comes off weird.
They
just want to see that she's willing to try things.
She's been one of my favorites for a long time because she's just an open receptacle. I mean, you could just, all the knowledge is spilling into her, everything. She's on board for everything. She's on board to try new things, yet she's not winning. Yet it's frustrating.
I would be really
that's exactly what I was referring to with the wigs. The first thing that came to mind. There was a contestant a few years back with Max who wore these ash white wigs, like old lady wigs, and Michelle Visage just was not having any part of it. She kept telling Max, challenge after challenge after challenge, you're still wearing that wig, get rid of that wig. Finally, he came out with a black wig one day, and it was beautiful. It was absolutely stunning. And Michelle's like, now you do it. Now we finally see what what I've been asking you to do. But it's the fact that you kept coming week after week after week with not making that adjustment that really hurt Max in the competition. Because like I've always said, you're on a game show or you're on a competition show, and the people who are judging you are telling you, giving you something, take it and run with it. Because
take it and run.
They're telling you something they want to see. Why would you not show it to them? I don't get it. I never got that whole thing. Who cares? It doesn't matter if it's not part of your personality or not part of who you are. You go out and you try it and you realize, well, this is why it's not me.
Yeah, I would be really happy if Crystal ends up taking this shot. I would be really happy if Crystal ended up taking this whole thing.
Yeah, she's not going to. I'm telling you, I would too. I would just be elated. But I don't think she's going to make Final Four. To tell you the truth, she's going to be one of those people that gets cut right at 5. Oh God, Violet. Exactly. Violet was another one that absolutely was an open receptacle. Violet really listened. She knew who she was. She was this very skinny burlesque kind of performer. All of her looks were very the same, but she made adaptations. She made changes. She had fun with the competition. And then Violet was the one that had to tell Max that season, look, they're telling you this. Every single week they're coming out. Why would you not go out there in a different color wig? Aren't you listening? And Violet finally got her to do it. I think Gigi. I don't think Gigi's in the running anymore.
I think Jade's gonna win it
whatsoever. Gigi has been taken out of the winning because if you notice in reality shows, they start giving the person a winning edit. They start giving them here's the reason why everybody in America needs to root for this person or root against this person, and those are winning edits. You either have a villain or you have a superstar, and you root for or against somebody. People that are falling in the middle, they lose that winning edit, and they no longer get it. And Gigi has lost the winning edit. I think Jada has the winning edit right now. I think Crystal is getting a winning edit. But I think she's won enough competitions to take it or to even get there. But if it's the final four, I tell you, it's going to be Jada, Gigi, Sherry Pie, and Crystal. And I think America will root for Crystal. I think everybody will be behind Crystal. And I think that she won't win because RuPaul's never done that. And RuPaul's never given it to somebody that hasn't won the most competitions and stuff. And that Jada will take it. I think this is Jada's to lose. Absolutely think this is Jada's to lose. It's deserving. She's done the best.
Yeah.
And I didn't like her in the beginning because I thought her attitude was a little harsh, but she's adapted. I think she's socially accepted, with who she is, and makes no apologies. And she's not a bitch. She's just cutting a little bit. But as far as she's not on Gigi level as far as having everything prepared and everything professionally done. Jada knows her shit. She does her shit there in the workroom. I think she'll take it. Mark's calendar right here. I said it. Jada's gonna take it.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see.
If Sherry makes it to the finals, which she does, or she will, and if she makes it there, she's going to be out, and they're not going. I don't think they're going to replace her. I don't think it's in the rules that it's fair. I think they'll take it to the final four to a final three.
Yeah,
that's where it will play. So it'll be Jada, Gigi, and Crystal. I think in the final three. Unless Jackie all of a sudden wakes up. If Jackie all of a sudden wakes up, Jackie could go up there too. Because I tell you, Jackie but Jackie had a couple bad weeks, but I think they're giving Jackie the bad weeks to pump her up to give her that winning.
I was going to say because Jackie had the opportunity to do it and has yet to do it.
Her entire episode on her backstory, that's a winner's edit. With her wearing that whole jihad thing and everything, that she. Let me tell you, but she also has not won competition. She also is in the Crystal slot where she's always got there. She's always done well and then faltered. She's not won anything. So,
yeah, those are the only two that haven't won anything.
Yep.
Of the final six.
Oh, she is. Oh my God, Jackie. Jason's talking about how good Jackie is at lip syncing. Let me tell you, she's kind of like Pearl in a sense. She's got such an original take on it. Pearl was a little bit more Pearl, but Jackie can kind of adapt it into a song. But Jackie is so original. She's really, really cute because she'll make a story out of the song. That lip sync she did last week, she made the story out of the song and then bust into the emotion of the song right when it needed to be. It was great. It was really, really, really good.
I see what Chase Jackie like jinxes.
Huh?
A little.
Yeah,
Chase said it's a little like jinxes.
Like Jinx? Jinx is very theatrical. Jinx will tell a story all the way through. Jackie, I think she told a story and then got into the emotion, whereas Jinx will tell a story all the way through. Jinx is fun. Jinx is a lot of fun.
He said like how she did kicking the plastic bag and firework.
Really, really feeling the story. It's cute. So cute. All right, so we get to the lip sync of the fans. Now, lip sync of the fans, like I said, this is one of the highlights of the episode for me. I mean, there was so much joy on that stage. There was knowledge of what drag is and what drag represents, and it's not about putting on a show. It's a matter of feeling the show. And these girls, some of them were great dancers, some of them were not. Some of them were great lip syncers, some of them were not. But they all felt it. They all wanted to be there. There. It was cute. It was.
It really was. It was
so good that I wish they would have not edited it the way they did. I wish they would have shown the pair off against each other. That I would have split for an extra half hour and watched that.
Yeah.
Instead, we got this one big montage of all of them doing it, which was still fun to watch. But I would like to have seen the competition. But of course, in fashion of this episode, everybody wins, nobody loses, everything's fine, everything's great. But what's her face? Honey, Heidi's the girl. She again, I gotta rewatch it, but she looked very serious. And I think I was wanting to put it off that it was the song. I don't. I think it was she was still really uncomfortable because when they got to the judge,
the overall experience was not what she thought it was going to be, and I don't blame her because it shouldn't have been. It should have been what she thought.
Yeah,
it should have been better than what she thought.
And when it got to the judging, if you just rewatch that judging and you rewatch Honey's face during the entire judging, she looked like she was gonna break out in tears.
I know, poor thing. Really I felt so bad for her. It's like
I felt really bad for her.
Yeah. Lesson learned. And so Everybody wins a little lip sync. Then we get to the judging. The judging kind of goes as follows. It really wasn't much because I think it was always preordained that there would be no elimination. But they talked
Mike,
about, huh?
we're at 104, just so you know.
Oh God, okay, we wrap it up quick. So within the judging, just a couple of highlights was that we got. Uh, they talked to Heidi about why you didn't go above and beyond with Honey. She kind of looks not as well put together like the rest of them. They talked about a little bit of the insecurities. We got the clock on Gigi's outfit about it looks great, but Daisy Ridley was like, "What are you going to give?" And that's where the whole mother comment came in. It was their judging panel, and then uh, Jackie was saying it's just kind of basic. You didn't go all out. You kind of lost your way here. And he was like, I know. Puts Jackie and Heidi in the bottom. Jada wins. Jada stays look put together. Whatever she wins, Jackie and Heidi go on the bottom. They do that disco song again. Weird. They do the disco song. They both did really, really well. I mean, it was so fun.
Jackie was like way out there fun. I mean, it was fun, but it was like, holy shit.
Again, that's what makes me think about this episode was planned differently because it did not look like there was any stress in the lip sync. They were having fun. They were having fun with there was oh my God, my fight for my life. They were having fun. And I swear this is pre-put together. Nobody goes home. It's a non-elimination. There's even the stress of Jackie that you're getting ready to go.
Shantae, you both.
Yeah, but even when they tried to do the trickery, Heidi, you stay. Oh, good, thank you. Oh, well, Jackie, you've been here. It's always been a journey, but it's not. It wasn't even that panic. It was kind of like, oh wait, I thought they were both told we're gonna stay. That was all it was. It wasn't like this. Oh my God. And then when they went backstage and they were talking to Heidi and Jackie backstage, and they were both laying on the couch together. Girl, what'd you think? Oh yeah, I know. It was so relaxed. The entire.
It was very relaxed. Like there was no worry about the competition, and
So untucked, nothing major. They were just talking about the friendships that they made with these girls and what girls got into drag. Daisy Ridley comes back, like I said, it was very relaxed. They asked Daisy about when will a drag queen ever be in Star Wars or a queer character ever be in Star Wars.
I thought that was so cute.
I think Daisy was nothing like amazing. She was just there. People had fun, and it was a fun episode. And here we talk longer than we have on any of the other ones because of how fun it was. It was just fun thing.
Yeah. Well, and I don't think you guys said it, but with Daisy being there, the challenge, they did the challenge they did, and they said we're going to do a challenge. We're going to attack the clones.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So, it was cute. It was cute. It was really cute. It was cute. I caught it. I was like, "Aw."
Daisy's got such an infectious smile. Oh God, I love Daisy. Really.
Yeah. She seems genuinely really nice.
Shantae, who stays?
Both of
Next week is
Shantae. We all stay.
Next week, the mini challenge will be puppets. I don't know what the main challenge is, but the mini challenge will be puppets. Oh, the main challenge is stand-up comedy. Whoopi Goldberg's coming in to just so we will have a live audience next week because it will be stand-up comedy. These are always terrible, so it should be interesting to see what happens.
I'm excited for next week.
Puppets are back, and stand-up comedy is next week, which should take at least one out. Next week could take a double out. If there is only a certain number of episodes, it has to take a double out. But it may not. I don't know. Who's to say we don't go into a final 5 with 5 this time and then take Sherry out and we still have a final 4? I don't know.
Maybe. We don't know
rumors
what
I had heard
until it happens.
Yeah, I heard rumors that it's the final 4. That's all I heard. But that could mean anything.
But
with this season.
So, guys, that is our show for today.
There you go.
Are we doing a 1 today, Michael?
Oh, today's one. I cannot believe I haven't shown this. Is like my second favorite one. I never showed it. This is Draco's son in The Cursed Child. This is Scorpius' wand, and it's really neat because it's got that curve kind of like Bellatrix's does. But look at all of the writings and stuff that Scorpius has put into his wand. Like he's constantly doodling on it. And if you see the play, Cursed Child, Scorpius is one of the most fun characters that has ever been written in the Harry Potter universe because he's really spastic. He's like, and it's hilarious. The gotchas that they get to play him are so hilarious. And I could see that character doing this kind of stuff. Always kind of messing with his wand and screwing with it. So that is today's Scorpius Malfoy from The Cursed Child.
Yay. So Michael and I will be back tomorrow to continue with Tiger King so we can finish the list on that one.
Yep.
Hopefully you guys
finish it out.
Huh?
I think we're gonna just finish it out tomorrow.
Yeah, we can finish it out. That's fine.
We'll be done with it because we got Hollywood coming up on Monday. So those of you that are watching Hollywood, continue to watch Hollywood because we are gonna spoil it. We are gonna talk about it on Monday.
We're gonna spoil the shit out of Hollywood.
So be with us or not. Wait till we're done, till you're done or not, whatever. But we are talking about Monday, and then we'll be back on Coven on Tuesday.
That is the plan.
And if you don't watch it on Monday, come back later and watch it after you finish Hollywood.
Our anniversary show will be sometime next week. We'll be here for 6 months on our anniversary show next week.
I can't believe that already.
I probably will be showing the Wand Hall during our anniversary show. I will be streaming from in there. I think. Finally. We'll see.
Fingers crossed.
Yes.
Yep.
All right, everybody, have a great rest of your weekend, and we will be back tomorrow with another show.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
And rock.